Hello, Provincial Punk. The title really says it all. It's kind of an oxymoron. You know, punk in some ways is very metropolitan. It was quite a cool thing to be at the time. And this was probably the piece that sort of kick-started off my genre of my work, my whole kind of oeuvre, should I say. And this was a piece I did in my second year at Polytechnic, and it was called Transvestite Jet Pilots. My lecturer at the time, Daryl Viner, he said to me, I was struggling, and he said, well, write me an essay about yourself, he said, and write 10 pages of an essay about yourself. And I did this, and then I don't think he even bothered to read them. He just said, go away and make a piece of work about that. And that was the best advice that anyone could ever give me at the time, because I was really trying to please the lecturers. And so for me, it was good advice. And this was what was inside the bottom drawer of that piece. It's kind of me transforming from sort of David here, and there's me in the nude. There's a lot of nudity in this bit. And then there's me in some underwear, and then me finally dressed up in my kind of Oxfam shop transvestism. So it was a kind of altar, really, to the idea of sort of masculinity and gender at the time. But anyway, they loved this piece, and in some ways it sort of kicked off my work and the kind of issues, and I started making work about the things that I cared about, which is, you know, basically what you have to do. So I've always been kind of annoyed at that sort of idea of branding, and, you know, the Walthamstow tapestry that's upstairs is sort of all about branding and about the invasion of marketing into our minds, and the way that, you know, these words are like little emotional bombs now, because we've all been, every one of us has been sort of indoctrinated by what these little words mean. So you don't even need the logo or the product anymore. Just the word itself goes off in your head. Oh my God, yeah, that's exactly what I know what that means. Another sort of thing that's really kept my sort of punk spirit going, if you like, is my love-hate relationship with the class system. This is a quite early pot here. Middle class entertainment for people who dislike pottery was the title of it. And the class system endlessly fascinates me because it is very pervasive in British society. This is a piece I did for Japan about the class system in many ways, because I remember I was in this museum in Kanazawa, and I said to them, who are the hardest people to get into your show? And they said, well, it's like people from poorer backgrounds and teenagers and people like that. And so I said, I'm going to do a piece of work about that. So I did this pot. It's one of the biggest pots I've ever made. It's like about 1 meter, 50, 60, big pot. Took me many, many weeks to make. It's called What's Not to Like. It's one group of people, it's sort of saying, you know, this is a pot that's got the kind of imagery. It's got football, it's got brand names, it's got gossip magazine, it's got references to kind of popular culture all over it. It's sort of saying, look, I'm making work about the kind of things you're interested in. But it's also, you know, it's based on the kimono fabric. It's very exquisite, and it's got lots of references in it, you know, because there's nothing a middle-class person likes better than a reference, because then they can show, oh yes, I get that. That's Van Eyck. Yes, of course. That's course. And you can immediately show off your education to your friends and companions about how clever and wonderful. It's like, oh, me, sir, me. I'm middle-class. I know all about culture. Me. Look, I'm at this exhibition listening to Grayson Perry. My house, Julie's house for Essex near Harwich. There's Felixstowe Docks you can see in the distance there. And so I said, but it's got to have a narrative. So I had to have Julie, and this is the house, and it's we worked with the architect. I like that image because she liked her music. She's a bit of a rock chick, Julie. Her favourite was, of course, Elton. Elton John was her favourite. Very pleased with this house. This wheel, by the way, is a reference to how she died, because she died in a tragic-comic interaction with a curry delivery moped on a wet winter's night after too many bottles of Chenin Blanc.